Okay, so this is my latest project that I've taken on here. This is a Model 40 Winchester shotgun. So get this, it's a, yeah, that's paint on my nail. It's a semi-automatic, self-loading shotgun. So this thing actually is a semi-automatic, has a tube, like a typical shotgun, but it loads itself. There you go. This condition, I actually should have taken a video before. This is after 2 hours of cleaning it. As you can see, it's in pretty rough shape. It's rusted to a degree I've never seen a firearm rusted. I've seen some pretty bad ones. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. You see this pitting here? I mean, look at the bolt. This is deep, deep, deep pitting. Now, it's an interesting gun. I mean, a self-loading shotgun. This is a 1940 or 1941. Those are the only 2 years these were made. There was 12,000 of them made approximately, and they were pieces of shit. So people would get them, and they would realize that the self-loading function did not work all that well. So if you were to send this back into Winchester, they would send you a Model 12, which I never made a video, but I had a Model 12 just before this. It was beautiful, which is a pump action. They would basically just say, hey, you get a Model 12, and just forget that you ever even saw this thing. Forget about self-loading shotguns. So this thing, I think at one time, flip it over. At one time, this was a nice gun. The bluing on here, really nice high polished bluing. Somebody, you know, back in the day, 1940, spent some serious time bluing this firearm. And unless it's been redone, that bluing held on like a son of a bitch. Right here, it's still perfect. I mean, I had to hit it with steel wool. It looks like somebody took sandpaper to it, which they should have their ass kicked, but I took steel wool and buffed off as much rust as I could safely without damaging too much of the firearm. But obviously it's gonna take some serious sandpaper to get these to get all this rust off. And to do that, you know, you got to make sure you don't round over lines, knock down lettering, fuck up your screws, everything. There's crack in the wood, obviously. There's ways to take care of that. Yeah, when I got it, this was all just rusted solid. Everything. The action wouldn't move. I tried to jump on it, wouldn't move. There was just chunks inside the action, just solid chunks in here. I had to pull them out. It wouldn't budge. I had to soak it with white lithium grease for a couple hours before it would even budge. It's got a rifle type front sight, which is kind of cool. So this is the Model 40 Winchester 12 gauge. Got walnut stocks, or walnut stock, and yeah, the bluing at one time was nice. So I'm gonna find out what the customer wants to do with this, and we'll give it a go. If he wants to high polish blue it, then, you know, see what we can do. You know, you don't want to spend too much time for what the gun's worth, but considering it's got kind of a cool story, this thing might be worth something someday. Not a whole hell of a lot, but there's only 12,000 of them made. They're getting rare. And so once I get it cleaned up, I'd love to see if it functions and actually self-loads. I guess some of them didn't want to, and that's why they would send you a Model 12 if you'd sent this thing back in. I wonder if they'll still do that. Wonder if I could get the new, whatever the newest shotgun is. That'd be nice. Well, it's not mine, so. Anyhow, just giving you a look at the Model 12. This is 1,000 times better than when I got it. I mean, I put some serious elbow grease into this to get it to look like this. It was solid rust. Dingy, flat, matte rust. Just tons of it. Nothing moved. And so, it's going to be a project, but we'll get her done. So that's a look at it. Model 40.